Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the Game Channel. I'm AJ Gels. Guys, how's it going? We are back with Pyre. Let's just hop right in, have some fun. But real quick before that, I wanna make a quick suggestion. Go by and check out my playthrough of the first episode of Season 2 of Telltale's Batman. Absolutely amazing. I have a 3-part video series up. Really cool series, or a really cool episode. I'm really looking forward to this season. They set it up nicely. This is probably, in my opinion, the best Telltale game yet. Nothing. I still like how to put this. I think my favorite is still The Wolf Among Us, just because I like the story and the characters and everything. But I think in terms of quality of storytelling and everything in a single episode, episode 1 of Batman: The Enemy Within just blew everything out of the water in terms of quality. You know, I'm trying to be objective when I say it. It's one of those differences between when I say what I like them. It's like when I say what the best Assassin's Creed game is, my favorite Assassin's Creed game. So it's kind of one of those differences. I think this is the best. It's just not my favorite. But it's way the hell up there. It's really damn good. Sorry, I'm rambling. Let's hop right into it. Excuse me. So now you see it for yourself. You are summoned to the north, where looms Mount Aladiel, and at the very top, the fall of Salium. The sacred mountain on whose summit the rites were first conceived. Whether its summit is the downside's closest point to the Commonwealth, or the farthest, none can say. According to the stars, the next rite shall soon occur here, the temple at the highest point, and the downside exists to honor the 8 scribes. You confirm the stars indicate this exactly. Volfred, sir, how did you know? Volfred smiles back at him, but you sense his thoughts, and though he is directing them at you. I too can read, my boy. Oh, well, he just said that in English. I too can read, my boy.
Though the words may be.
How come this is in English? He turns back to Hedwyn. Your reader's skills, while rare, are not unique. But as I said, I'll let him do the job. I see that you have something special going here, which benefits the plan. What plan? I thought this was about our freedom. Oh, fear not, my boy. It is indeed. Plenty of time to tell you all about it on the way. For now, however, you look like you can use some rest, and for that matter, so can I, if you'll excuse me. You sense your companions are exhausted from their recent travels. Given the road ahead, you agree it would be best to take the night to recover as much as possible. Alright, no one to talk to the wagon, so let's continue our journey. At dawn, Volfred is already up. He reveals to you a pathway through the woods into the cold lands to the north, beyond which lies your next destination. Sklorian Shore? Hopefully that's how that's pronounced. You get clear of the woods at least, and arrive in the lands grown cold in the shadow of Mount Aladiel. You will have to make it all the way to the top. In a moment of respite, Volfred calls everyone together to discuss matters pertaining to rights and the plan to which he alluded. You banded together with a common faith that freedom from the downside is not impossible, am I correct? But let me ask you something. What does freedom even mean to you? He looks in your direction as he asks, defying you to answer. You cannot sense his own thoughts on the subject and only know the truth of how you feel. What does freedom mean to you? Doing what freedom means to be able to make your own decisions on your own terms. Freedom means having a clear conscience. Jeez, why can I not? I can never pronounce that word. Conscience and a carefree heart. I keep trying to pronounce it like conscience. Freedom means answering to no one's will other than your own. Freedom means being able to go where the heart yearns without restriction and without fear. Obviously, means not being forced to respond to such questions. That's funny. Freedom is just another empty goal to chase to give one's life a false sense of meaning. Oh, that's depressing. Freedom means living life without concern for others' judgment or approval. Freedom means not having one's strongest feelings and emotions repressed or rebuffed. Actually, I really like living without fear. You tell Volfred that freedom means living without fear and not being subject to persecution or retaliation for one's thoughts and choices. He considers your remarks for a short while. Good answer, my boy. I happen to agree. Fear takes hold in freedom's wake. But fear is a natural impulse, is it not? A common feeling we all share from time to time. A deeply rooted impulse there to aid our judgment and spur us on to acts of courage. If not for fear, I doubt we could accomplish very much in life. And just now we stand upon the brink of accomplishing something vital. He then turns his attention to the whole group. Now let me tell you all what freedom means to me. Freedom means to live life without fear, just as your reader stated. To be able to indulge one's curiosities and passions, and at least the ones that cause no harm to others, without the constant threat of judgment and reprisal. Freedom means not being made a criminal for what you know, or whom you love, or what you choose to think or not think. He looks out towards the distant mountains. Within the next few days, your time in exile could come to an end. You could see the Commonwealth once more, and you would be exalted there, given the highest honor, the opposite of how you got here. But you would not be truly free. I think, at the least, you would become complicit to an ancient system that was designed to cast down others such as you. It is a system whose well-intentioned founding principles have long been lost, and the 8 scribes, if they are out there still, have made quite clear they shall not intervene firsthand. That is where you come in. He turns to you and everyone again, looking to each of you. Long have I wished to gather such a group that together you might see that seeking freedom only for yourselves is too modest of a goal. You share a higher calling now. The plan, then, is this. We free each other from the downside, through the rites, then we meet up on the other side. We organize. Each new moon at dusk, we join together at the Spiral Sanctum. We need as many of us there as possible. My agents on the other side shall explain the rest. You're plotting a revolt? Just so. I am asking a lot. You do have other options. Deceit, however, is not one of them. Deceit, however, is not one of them. The reader and myself, you know by now that we can see through it. But you need not be part of this, nor is it in my interest to coerce you. You may go your own way if you wish, live out your remaining days here like so many others. So, if any among you prefers that, if you cannot see yourself continuing to strive together in the Commonwealth as you are doing here, then speak now. Wilfred pauses for a time, examining each member of the group. No one stirs. Very good. Some of you consider yourselves friends, some others not. But all of you are bound together through the rites and are integral to our plan. Remember that. You seek true freedom, you will not find it waiting for you in the Commonwealth. But together you can bring it about, both for yourselves and others. That is my promise. Then he lets out a long breath. That's it. I ask you all to think on this, and let's reconvene along our journey to the summit. Volfred turns toward the mountain, leaving you to consider what he said and plot the wagon's northward path. Where pass? Pathway leading north to the sacred mountain. Sorry if I misspoke a few times in there. If it's not obvious, I have a problem with those like unbroken streaks when I read. I'm trying to put emotion into it, and sometimes I'm kind of like skimming and not reading as carefully as I should. Beyond lies Mount Aladil. I suggest we make camp here at the base of the mountain, for we shall need our spirits and our strength to make the ascent. Oh, the Beyonders Crystal Seek Shay. Let's talk to our buddy. There you are, my boy. There was something which I wanted to discuss with you in private. Walford stares at you rather intently, as if reaching out to you, and then, you do know what it means to be a reader. Those such as we are not limited to reading the pages from a book. Though your ability in this, I sense, is nascent still? I have no idea what that word is. Mere flashes, uncontrollable. I see as well now, they haven't told you yet. Your friends, and that explains a lot. They haven't told you readers such as you cannot go free. I had wondered why you would insist on pressing onward with this group in light of this. The answer, then, was plain. You simply did not know, or fully realize. They did not deceive you, by the way. There is no reason they would know, themselves other than Tariq, who shall not influence your thinking in such matters. Rather, I had expected, when at first we met, that you already knew the truth of this from having read the passage in the Book of Rites, which states in plain, only those who shall conduct the rites firsthand shall walk the path toward enlightenment, and become eligible to regain their freedom. Perhaps you have not gotten to that part just yet. Walford breaks free from you and looks at you again. Then he speaks to you as normal. It is plain that you are not inadequate condition to conduct the rites, and this group values you as reader. I wish only to ensure you understand what you are getting into here. Despite whatever hopes and dreams and promises might have been shared, I do not think the rites can help you to return, if that is what you had in mind. So once again, I invite you to depart, and I will see that you are compensated. Do not misunderstand. If it is your wish to remain, then you are welcome. But this journey we are on, it has no guarantees. Not for you, not for any of us. Do you understand? Walford indicates that readers such as you cannot go free through the rites. There is more at stake here than your freedom alone, and besides, perhaps there is a way. You have learned in life to keep your expectations low and tempered. If Walford really wishes to know your thoughts on the subject, he knows where to find them. Sometimes I like the say nothing option. I'm debating here. You know what? I'm going to try and be optimistic for a change. You understand the words of warning, yet just the same, you choose to carry on. There is more that you wish to achieve on this journey than freedom for yourself. Sorry. I admire that, my boy. Then very well. Know that we have much at stake here in this. Anyway, much more than just a shot at going back into the Commonwealth, which cast us down here to begin with. It sounds like you intend to stick around then. We'll have lots more time to chat as we ascend the sacred mountain in the coming days. Until then. He strides out of the wagon, leaving you with your thoughts. Beyonder Crystal. You have returned, have you? What is it you require? Let's see what's on her mind. How very kind of you to visit me again like this, oh lovely reader. For I was just standing about in the blackness of the void, thinking it would just be most pleasant if something were to happen for a change. There was a long period of time in that incarceration, of mine failed utterly to do anything but bring me peace of mind, not much of a punishment. I invite you to imagine an upbringing among the Sisters of the Arch, an ancient band of killers trained almost from birth to carry out their missions without fail. All the sisters needed was a name and a sum of 500 sol up front. Living on the outskirts of civilization, your day all full of training which could kill you, or just cripple you for life. How do you suppose I lost my sight? Through glorious battle with the scribes, or in a careless sparring session with my master. But I've not forgotten enough just yet. In any case, at first I welcomed the prospect of not having to struggle every moment to survive, but in less than 2 centuries, I started to grow terribly bored. It did not help at all that the Nightwings of the early days were the stodgiest lot you could imagine, obsessed with obeying the book as strictly as they could. Some of them started to remind me of myself, I think. When I was young, such idiots, the lot of them. But what am I saying, lovely reader? I shall not bore you further with such matters. I would have bored myself to death back then, if only I could die. Like so many other things, I think mortality is something oft taken for granted until it is taken away. So given your mortality, what say that we get back to business here? Let's request her a scribe trial. I am always prepared to cut your idiots and their egos down to size. Who shall it be? Well, it's going to be Shay. You ask Sandra to administer one of her special trials for Shay. I must admit, I do sense something from that one. I once had a wild heart myself, quite like her own. We shall see if there is more to her than that. Let us bring her forth. Soon Shay arrives in heed of the summons. The scribes! I think that if I listen carefully, then I can hear them calling out to me. The apparition Sandra appears and unfastens her mask. Listen well, girl. The place where you reside at present has but a single rule, which is, you answer to me here. Wow. Okay, I will. Such naive enthusiasm. Now be silent. It is plain to me that you have much to learn as yet about the rites, but you have learned something, and I would see you prove it, without the benefit of anyone, save for your reader. Okay. Are you out there to help me with this, mister? Ash and coal, so I get an extra 7. Oh, cool, a bunch of Tizos. Crap. Oh, cool. Oh, he used Implosion, but missed. That one was pretty simple, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, how did I do? I must admit that you did better than I had expected, girl. You have passed the trials of yourself. Some congratulations are in order to you and also to your lovely reader. Now farewell. Did I imagine all of that? Mister? Because I hope I didn't. Wow, what is that you have there? You have received Kalmar's anklet for completing Shay's trial. Accept the reward. Alright, let's see what it is. After Shay casts Aurora, it can bounce off objects and... Oh, that's cool. Honestly, I'll take that over a short. Oh man, I'm gonna sneeze. Nope, okay. Earlier, Volfred called for a group meeting, presumably to reveal his plan in more detail. Instead, he reveals some bad news. Wait, what are you saying? What I'm saying, my boy, is that while you can indeed get yourself out of here, it can't be all of you at once. We earn our way back one by one, or not at all. But I swore that we'd go free together. We may go free together yet, but it's going to take time, and this is only the first phase. You, Hedwin, and the others exchange glances. Let me make this plainer for you still. Here is how the coming days are going to unfold. First, we're going to ascend Mount Eladiel there to the north. You may not think this wagon's fit for it, though rest assured, it's made the journey many times. Next, we'll pass through Scribe Gate. Only the worthy pass through there, as your reader could attest if he did not merely skim that chapter of the book. Afterwards, we'll reach the Fall of Saliem and meet our adversaries in the rites. They are, they are to be the Tempers, led by the demon Ignarius. You'll know him when you see him. Both you and they shall choose someone from your respective ranks. Then, once one of the triumvirates prevails, there somebody will be whisked home to the Commonwealth. Whisked home to the Commonwealth. Precisely. Once returned, our somebody is taken in and clothed and fully pardoned. The Commonwealth knows about all of this. The same Commonwealth that says a sentence into exile is forever and freedom from the downside is impossible. Many of these details the scribes themselves wish to be kept secret. Former exiles and the leaders of the Commonwealth alike have good incentive to protect those secrets well. So then, that's it. We climb the mountain, somebody goes back, and everyone else stays? For most of those participating in the rites, yes, that's it. But I like your connotation, and indeed, for us, that isn't it at all. If one of us returns, it shall be just a step along our path. However, let's let that sit for now. Gather your strength. We'll talk again on our way up. Valfred leaves the rest of you to consider what he said. You have time now for your vocations. At dawn you shall begin the ascent to Mount Eladiel. Alright, let's see here. Let's look at mentoring a companion. Alright. Yeah, he's going to be seeing who's... It looks like if we mentor Gilman, we should be able to get up another rank. This knight is always keen to take even the barest scraps of wisdom, Master Reader. Sir Gilman gains a somewhat stronger grasp of how to better pass the celestial orb through strength of will and trust in one's triumvirate than through strength of will and trust in one's triumvirate than through dexterity alone. He nods in understanding. God, said I just cannot read today. So grateful is this knight for such a glorious occasion that he is giving strong consideration to performing here and now the forbidden dance of the Sea Dominion. Let's see here. After using a slash, Gilman can use it again to instantly return to his previous position. That's neat. Banishes adversaries in a wider area of effect. Yeah, I'll take Greater Cleave. When this knight grasps the orb, his instincts then take hold, spurring him to greater feats of glory. You know what, guys? I know we're running short, but my voice is starting to hurt a little bit. I don't know. I thought it was good to do this video for about the full 40. But I'm already having trouble reading. Like I said, my voice is starting to hurt. So we're gonna call this one here. Thanks for watching, everybody. Facebook, Twitter, the website, minds.com. Links all that down in the description. Like, comment if you're not already. Please subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for more next time. I promise I'll be good to go for the next one. But until then, I'm AJ Gales, the CM3 Game Channel. I'm out.